Hi, my name is Gary Hardcastle with Denison Yachting. I want to welcome you aboard Seize the Moment, a 2013 Pacific Mariner 85, located in Jupiter, Florida and Admirals Cove Marina. This 85 Pacific Mariner was built by a very experienced and knowledgeable owner. This owner knows what it takes to make a yacht of this caliber a well-diverse, usable, and most importantly, serviceable yacht. Seize the Moment has been incredibly maintained by its original owner since new. She has always undergone a consistent maintenance schedule, which records are available to show for. I can assure you, you will not find another 85 Pacific Mariner as turnkey as this one. From her flawless exterior lines and spacious Flybridge, which features a jacuzzi, to her incredible interior that flows perfectly throughout, Seize the Moment is the ideal Bahamas or long-range cruiser. She can cruise at a fast 22 knots, or at a conservative 10 knots if you like to reduce fuel burn and gain range. An important feature to make note of is that this 85 Pacific Mariner also offers the latest design superstructure and hardtop, which Pacific Mariner debuted in their later models. Over the next few minutes, I'd like to welcome my colleague Ryan Alexander to take you through the boat to show you why she is elegant and one of the most iconic boats in her class.
We're going to get things started all the way aft on the Flybridge. This boat deck doubles as a large sunning area when there are no tenders up here. Currently, you see a davit that can raise and lower the jet ski in and out of the water. Immediately forward and to starboard is a guest favorite, which is the jacuzzi. This is a great place to unwind at the end of the day. When you're not using the jacuzzi, it doubles as a sun pad, and there's a second sun pad opposite on the port side. The sun pad to port raises up to reveal storage. From here, let's continue forward and step underneath the hardtop and check out another great lounging space, starting on the port side. Over here is an expansive wet bar. Up against the bar are a pair of stools, and as far as appliances, there's a grill, a sink, ice maker, and a fridge. There's plenty of counter space up here for your bartender to prep drinks, as well as an elevated bar top for your guests. After you grab your drink, you can move opposite the bar to the starboard side and take a seat at a plush dinette. As you would expect on any world-class cruiser like this 85 Pacific Mariner, the upper helm is loaded with everything that you need to run this boat. We're going to dive deeper into the electronics and nav gear when we get down to the lower helm, but for right now, I just want to point out the 3 Stid helm seats that you, your captain, or your guests can sit at that offer great visibility in all directions. Just outboard of the helm on the starboard side is a sliding door with access leading down into the galley, an area that we're going to visit a little bit later on in today's walkthrough. For now, we're going to jump down a level and check out the swim platform. Accessed by port and starboard by way of a Euro transom, we see removable stanchions and cleats where you can tie off your tender here at this teak swim platform. Your shore power connections are also both to port and starboard. Another feature that we find built into the transom is a freshwater shower. And then centerline, we have our entrance into the crew space. Entering this first area, we arrive at a large multi-purpose lazarette space. In here, we find a combination washer and dryer, which is the first of 2 laundry centers found on board. Looking aft, we see a true commercial fridge that's right next to a kitchenette. Turning our attention starboard, we see a crew cabin with a single berth. The other crew cabin is found to port, which is the larger of the 2. Both crew cabins have a shared head that's found forward of the captain's cabin. The last thing I want to point out is that just outside of the head, you have convenient access to the breakers and battery switches. These are right next to the engine room entrance. Seize the Moment is powered by a pair of MTU 10V 2000 series engines, each putting out 1500 horsepower. Powering the house and outside of the engines are Northern Lights generators, each 30 kilowatts. This boat is also equipped with a 1400 gallon per day water maker and a spot zero system that's plumbed into the water maker. This means it isn't necessary to chamois down the boat to get rid of those spots after you wash her down. I also want to point out the AC shore power converters that make this a global yacht. You can plug into virtually any dock anywhere in the world. When this 85 is underway, she has a 10-knot cruise speed and about a 25-knot top speed. When you're running her at 10 knots with the generators going, she burns about 25 gallons an hour, giving her a 900 nautical mile range. Seize the Moment is hull 22 out of 24 of these boats that were built. The 85 Pacific Mariner series from Westport offers big boat amenities and world traveling capabilities with a low draft and is a low-cost operation yacht. Our next stop aboard this yacht is the Aft Deck. There's a centerline dinette for 8 around a high-gloss teak table with a compass rose inlay. Forward on the port side is a wet bar. Here we see a sink, a fridge, and a TV just above. Outboard of the bar, to port and to starboard, are boarding doors as well as the deck gear. Opposite the bar on the starboard side are the stairs that lead up to the Flybridge with teak treads, an area that we've already visited. And the last aft deck feature that I want to point out is the helm found on the starboard side. This is the second of 5 positions that you can run this boat from. Now I want to point out the wide side decks as Gary makes his way forward to the bow. These run up and down both sides of the yacht and are wide enough to carry large fenders back and forth. Just forward of the side access doors are the 3rd and the 4th helms from which you can run the boat. Once you arrive on the foredeck, you see a centerline sun pad with grab rails to either side. If you're not up here relaxing on the sun pad, you're likely up here dropping anchor, and just forward is where we find her ground tackle, which lets you do so. A pair of Maxwell 4000 windlasses and re-galvanized chain and anchors make easy work of your time on the hook. Next, let's jump inside the Salon and take a look at the yacht's interior. As you can see, there are windows that surround the majority of the main deck superstructure. That means that this space feels refreshed and inviting at all times. First, in the aft section of the Salon, we find the living area. Here there's a plush L-shaped sofa and 2 leather armchairs. Forward on the starboard side is a wet bar, and as simple as it looks, there's a lot packed into this area. Here there's plenty of storage, stone countertops, a stainless sink, a wine chiller, and an ice maker. The Salon bar is conveniently close to the formal dining, which is found forward on the port side. I like how there's no separation in between the living area and the dining area because it gives it more of a showroom feel in here. Before we continue forward and take a look at the galley, let's head downstairs on the starboard side and take a look at the Master Stateroom. As you can tell, the Master takes up the full beam of the boat, which is 21 feet and 4 inches. There's plenty of open floor space to either side of a king berth that really makes you feel the size of this owner's suite. Turning our attention to the starboard side, below a hull side window is an oversized banquette of drawers that's connected to a desk found just forward. Aft of this is the first of 2 cedar-lined hanging lockers. Now looking to port, we see that there's more storage and a vanity. Aft of this is the second hanging locker. Forward into port is the entrance into an elegant ensuite with a large shower stall. Immediately outside of the entrance into the Master is the yacht's second laundry center with a stacked washer and dryer. Now heading back upstairs, let's pick back up on the main deck and take a look at the country kitchen galley. Let's start our breakdown of this multifaceted space with the galley appliances found aft on the port side. This area benefits from a ton of natural light from the windows that run up and down the port and starboard side and is replete with storage and GE appliances. First, there's a fridge freezer, and then next to this is a microwave directly above a 5-burner cooktop and an oven just below. Outboard, set into the countertop, is a twin sink basin. Below the counter, there's a dishwasher as well as a trash compactor. Directly across from the galley, if you face the starboard side, we see the day head, as well as a set of stairs that lead up to the Flybridge. I've already pointed out 3 dinettes, one on the Flybridge, the Aft Deck, formal dining in the Salon, and now we come to the 4th, which is just forward of the galley and is likely to be the most used dinette on board. If you're not eating your meals here, this is a great place to keep the captain company or for the captain and crew to put together the day's plan. The final facet that we're going to cover here on the main deck is the lower helm station found forward and centerline. The primary feature here are 3 NEC monitors loaded up with Noble Tech navigation software and a Maritron ship's system computer. Directly above these are your MTU engine monitors, and just outboard are a pair of DSM 250 displays, which read off your tank sensors, your depth, alarms, can display a multitude of things. Directly in front of the wheel is where we find a Simrad AP28 autopilot, a Furuno radar control, as well as controls for the engine and the yacht's hydraulic bow thruster. Finally, I want to point out a Naiad stabilizer control, as well as the stop-start controls for her Northern Lights genset. Immediately outboard of the helm are port and starboard side access doors. These make it really easy for you to communicate with your crew as they move forward and aft while you get in and out of your slip. We're going to wrap up today's walkthrough with the 3 remaining guest cabins found below deck. The first that we arrive at is the bow VIP. This stateroom features an island-style berth with storage and natural light on both sides. The TV, as well as the entrance into the ensuite, are found on the aft bulkhead. Leaving here, we head aft and down a few steps to the starboard side guest stateroom with a walk-around queen berth. Like the VIP, this cabin has a hanging locker, a TV and a bookshelf on the inboard bulkhead, and a private ensuite aft. The 4th and final guest stateroom is found on the port side and has a twin berth configuration as well as a private ensuite head. On behalf of Gary Hardcastle, the Denison Yachting team, and myself, Ryan Alexander, thank you so much for joining us on board the 85 Pacific Mariner motor yacht Seize the Moment. If you have any other questions or you'd like to arrange a time to see her in person, you can reach out to Gary at any time.